Alright folks, I'm going to go over Aruba switch management in Central. I'm going to import this switch as a monitor only. What I've got right now is a stacked 2938 port. Yes, I know it's stacking 8 ports, it's what I had. But I've got everything on here, a basic configuration. Let's take a look at the CLI. I've got my stack set up. I've got an IP address. And I do have what you want to make sure you have. Let me set this up. Is you have a DNS configured. And I've got DNS configured. So now that I have internet established, I can then take the next steps to go into Aruba Central. So let me go in. Now what I'm going to have to do is I'm actually going to take both of these switches in the stack. I have to add each one to Aruba Central because each switch has to be licensed individually. So if you have a stack of switches, you have 4 in a stack, each switch individually in the stack needs to be licensed for Aruba Central. Okay, I'm logged into my dashboard here for GreenLake. What I'm going to have to do is go into devices. Now I've actually already added, but you'll need to add those devices, networking devices, next. You go by serial number and MAC address. So on the switch itself, on the bottom, you should see a serial number and a MAC address for that switch. You'll need to enter those into GreenLake. So you'll need to add the switch to GreenLake as step 1. Then I'm going to go over here to manage, and I'm going to go back over to my devices here now that I've got them, and I'm going to look at my 2930s that I just added. And these are the 2 I've added. These are the ones in that stack that I just showed you. Now I'm going to go into actions, and I've actually had these archived. I'm going to archive them first. You won't have to do that. Let me go back in here. Now I'm going to go to actions, and I'm going to assign to application. I'm going to assign them to Aruba Central and your region, and then click on finish. So you assign them an application. Let's go back into my devices. And now I'm going to need to assign them a license. Apply a subscription. And I'm going to say apply subscription. I've got 2 in the foundation switch, so I'm going to add those 2 here. And I'm going to apply subscription. And then I'm going to click on finish. Now what we may have to do is we may have to give that a few minutes to propagate up into Aruba Central. I should be able to check from the command line here. Aruba Central. Oops. There we go. Just have to give that a few minutes. Okay. Now what you can do, Aruba, show Aruba Central, get a status. Okay, it still hasn't connected, so what you can try to do to kind of fast track this is activate provision, then we can do a force. And that will try to force the communication so you don't have to wait. Let me see, show Aruba Central, there we go, server connected URL. Not connected yet. So we'll just give it a second here. Okay, let's go over and take a look. It says we're connected. Aruba Central, okay. Now, it says manage mode, but we don't have anything in yet, so let's go into and launch our applications. And I'm going to create a group here for my switches. We'll call those here. Call it AOS-2930 monitor. We'll call these switches. Next. And this is going to be AOS switch only, and it's going to be monitoring only for AOS switch. So So I'm creating the group. Those are the settings I use. Now what I can do is go into this unprovisioned devices. Here's my stack with my switches. I'm going to go here and I'm going to move them into that 2930F monitor group. Those two represent the stack. And now I've just moved them into the group. We'll give that a second. So now let's go look at that 2930F monitor group. Here's my central stack. Config status is monitoring only. Let's go to the SSH session and verify that. You can see Aruba Central says monitor mode. So now you are in monitor only mode. As you can see, while I'm in monitor only mode, I don't have the option to do any configuration, and that's fine. So what this is to be able to gather all the statistics, to be able to provide that full picture, looking at what's connected to the network without having to reconfigure switches or go into template only mode. So hopefully this helps you out. This is once again taking an existing 2930 or existing AOS switch, pulling them into Aruba Central as monitor only mode, so you can then leverage Aruba Central, the license that they bought, with a minimal lift on your part. Hopefully this helps, and we will conclude there for the evening.